let's not mess up this one. Cool. Let's just pow right into it. Yo.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Gotta do it right this time.
I believe in you.
Yeah. You shouldn't
I believe in you.
believe. I don't even believe in Jiba. Okay. I don't even believe in Madeline.
And yet, this is where we are.
Yes.
Do your intro, dang it.
Hi, this is Evil Guacamole Gaming. I am Devil's Avocado. I am joined once again by...
Layfilet.
And here we go.
Last we found ourselves, we were inside of a story as a traveler and a nun.
Yes.
Inside of a church now.
I was being told the story, but I kind of disappeared.
You kind of disappeared into the ether.
Which I appeared out of.
Yeah, seriously. It's a little confusing right now. Who knows where we're at?
We're
right
in
now,
pseudo-France.
Yeah, that works.
We're in fantasy
fine.
France. There's goblins and Catholicism, but not really Catholic.
Exactly. Precisely. Some random goddess named Madeline. Ironically, the nun is also named Madeline. Makes sense.
Yeah. You know, it's like...
Totally not a thing.
You know, it's like it's being named Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
The traveler sat on the wooden pew and glanced about the church with mild interest. Now that they were alone, with only the dim sound of the falling rain and howling wind to accompany them, they were afforded more of a chance to explore. That what you got one? No. They're exploring the building, not the nun. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. Imagine.
The church was a ramshackle building, leant to one side like an old man. Everything had an air of disuse. The stone floor was covered in marks and scratches, and the pews dented and worn with age. The stained glass windows ran with rain, slick and wet. Anyway. Once again, I have read plenty of fan fiction.
Don't get sapphic about the building.
About that. Apparently that's what's happening. The altar in the corner, festooned by shadows, seemed almost watchful. And most peculiarly of all, there was a tree. It was a withered old thing, perhaps even older than the church itself. It grew by the altar, its trunk sprouting up from the stone floor as though it had always been there, and the church had grown organically about it. Maybe it had always been there. It looked old enough. The traveler shifted behind their their behind brushing against a rusted nail.
Ow.
You're gonna need a tetanus shot.
Okay.
The nail snagged on. Yeah.
Interesting. Like this is Evil Guacamole teaches you interesting facts. Rusty nails themselves, rust has nothing to do with tetanus.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a bacteria or virus, I can't remember which one, that is in the ground. The only reason why rust is associated with it is because nails that have been left outside can cause tetanus, and nails that have been left outside are usually rusty. But if the nail has never touched soil, it basically can't give you tetanus.
Huh, that's interesting.
But there's a certain amount of chance that you could get tetanus just by if you had a certain type of wound. Like, it has to be a puncture wound for tetanus to set in. It's entirely possible because tetanus is so prevalent in soil that you could possibly brush up against something that had it an accident, and even though whatever punctured you didn't have tetanus on it, it could still get in. So, keep up your tetanus shots, kids, every 10 years.
And even more reason to wear shoes if you're going to walk around outside.
Yes.
I had plenty of friends growing up who thought it was okay to walk the streets without any shoes on.
Yes. Which also is, if you get stabbed by something else outside that's not metal, that's reason to be concerned. Like, if you get stabbed by, like, a broken twig or something that stabs you deep, that's a much more likely than, a rusty nail that's been sitting on your porch that hasn't ever touched the ground.
So yeah, wear your shoes, avoid broken twigs and glass and all that.
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
And keep up on your vaccinations and your shots.
Yes.
Please vaccinate your children. This has been a PSA, courtesy of Evil Guacamole Gaming and Layfilet.
Yes. Okay.
Of course you do that. Of course, I should have expected that. The nails snagged on the fabric of their cloak, digging against skin, and it hurt. Madeline had only been gone a scant handful of minutes, and the traveler did not know when she would return. What should they do while waiting for her? Ah, we have our first choice!
Oh.
Oh dang, what we do? What are we gonna do?
Honestly, leave.
Leave?
No. It's tempting, though. Just be like, fuck it, I'm out. And then we go back to the meta part of the story, and it's like, I don't understand how I can't keep the story together into a narrative. It's like, maybe don't let him leave. Why'd you let me leave?
I saved shortly before this.
You just let me get up and leave.
It was an option. How did you not expect me to take the option?
You know what? I'm talking about it this much. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's leave.
We're hit and leave. No, this was no time to let idle curiosity get to the better of them. The traveler had to make it to Castella. That was imperative. The traveler did not want their journey across the tumultuous ocean to be in vain. They had to recoup the losses of their travel somehow. That was common sense. Even a novice businessman could tell you that much. Don't spend more than you can afford. So the traveler might die? What of it? Was dying of hypothermia much worse than dying in a ditch from starvation? The traveler glanced at the stained glass windows. Cold, wet rain droplets slooshed down the glass. They shivered. But a little bit of wind and rain never stopped them before.
I hadn't stopped them for the past 10 miles.
I know, right?
Sorry, Madeline.
The traveler could already imagine the look on her face when she realized they had fled.
Also,
It would
I
break
totally,
her heart.
I'm at this point, I don't believe that we're actually gonna get away, and I want to see how she stops us.
You've been wondering that for this entire time, like,
Oh, yeah.
no, really, but how are you gonna stop me from leaving?
Yeah.
They were complete strangers, but it would wound her all the same. Of that, the traveler was sure. Fucking leave, boo. Fucking leave. Madeline was too soft, too sweet, too kind, but her voice sounded like rusted nails on a chalkboard.
Actually, I do like the way you changed it a bit from where you started, and I really like it. I'm totally down for it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad.
Because it's less like old, but it's still like raspy, so it's
yeah,
good.
it's still like, you do not expect that voice to come out of this sweet young thing.
Yeah.
As such, she had not even allowed herself to imagine the traveler might ignore her advice. She had trusted them completely, and now the traveler was going to betray that trust. They were going to betray her. But they had no choice. That was what the story willed. Feel guilty, traveler, feel guilty. You're going to betray this pure, sweet little thing.
Like, you don't even know her.
But she's so soft and so sweet and so innocent. How could you dare betray her? I think it's
I
your
appreciate
line.
all you've tried to do for me, but I'm a traveler.
As the name
you gotta,
indicates.
Gotta know when to hold them. Gotta know when to hold them. Wait, no, that's a gambler. Never mind. I can't linger here. I need to know when to walk away.
I gotta know when to walk away from creepy, weird nuns trying to keep me here.
Yeah.
It was already time to move on. Come what may, wind or rain or storm, the traveler would not allow themselves to stop. With how long this narrative goes, I'm surprised she hasn't come back to stop you.
Yes.
They hadn't stopped for 2 years. They had been traveling 10 miles for 2 years. There was no reason to stop now. Really? With all that narrative, you couldn't stop her.
The end. Okay, we're not at least gonna go back to the meta plot? Okay, good.
This is what you...
I figured...
Okay.
You know what?
It does.
That nun didn't have any ropes or chains.
The disappointment in Brad's voice.
It's like...
Oh my.
She didn't even have, like, dark arcane powers or anything.
Now it's your turn to turn
yes.
back to being the narrator.
Licorice?
Licorice.
Licorice?
Nope, it's licorice now.
Licorice sighs. The fire in the grate continued to crackle, but it offers no light. No reprieve from the inky blackness that swirls about you.
It appears that the story has terminated rather too quickly.
Is that supposed to happen?
It is simply what the story willed at this point in time. It is irksome, but there is little I can do.
I mean, you can change how many choices.
You can turn back and choose a different page.
you don't understand. There's a lot
this
you don't understand.
This is a choose-your-own adventure book.
Aren't stories supposed to be constructed of words on paper? The order of words can't change no matter how much time passes. Isn't that common sense? But Licorice, as though capable of reading your thoughts, simply smiles.
Things may work differently in your world, but this library is not bound by your laws. There's more to these tales than meets the eye.
They're Transformers?
Yes! These books are Transformers!
Yes.
It's beautiful, perfect.
Licorice glances at the innumerable bookshelves that surround her. You glance too. A citadel made of stories. This is my favorite book in the Citadel.
That joke. That joke.
This is pretty good considering I've barely played any Mass Effect.
I know, right? I mean, I've played it, but that's me.
I've never gotten to the point where that's relevant.
I think that happens, in the second game, so pretty easy to not get to that point.
I suppose so.
Maybe these are souls.
Souls? Did I just kill someone?
Yes, you did. Good job. Microcosm. That's a garbage word. Okay, let's try that again. Microcosms. I don't like the word. I don't like it. Microcosms of lived lives. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. Is that what the story is, or is that just like... You suppose that'd be interesting? You shiver.
I mean...
It's not cold anymore, thanks to the fire, but you shiver all the same. To all these stories, spanning as far as the eyes can see, have numerous endings. How many possibilities are contained within their pages? The thought is enough to make you feel dizzy. Things were so much simpler when stories moved in a linear fashion from point A to point B.
In any event, it would not do to tarry. We should go back.
Blink at her. She can do that? Back where?
It is simple, just like turning back a page in a book.
Oh.
If only we could do that in real life, too.
This isn't real life? This isn't real life!
Alright, so do we turn back the pages of the story, or return to the beginning of the tale? God, please don't. That's enough for now. I don't think there's anything we can change at the beginning of the tale quite yet. But...
I wonder what That's Enough for Now does. Is it just gonna give us, like, a true... the end?
That would be hilarious if it did. Do we do it? Do we dare?
I dare. That's enough for now. It might just let us save or something.
If that is the decision you have come to, I cannot stop you. However, neither you nor I can leave until we finish this story.
The program cannot be closed. You die in the book, you die for real.
Oh god, no! No, don't do that to us! Shit, what have we done? This is like Yandere Simulator all over again. You are not a complete person yet. You still do not remember your true name.
Bitch, I know my name.
That means you do not have a right to leave. No matter how much time passes, the story will remain frozen, waiting for you to return.
Oh. He closed on me. Wow, that Mochi voice just came out of nowhere. I did not intend... I think it's saved. But yeah, that ended the recording because the program closed. I mean, my audio is still recording, but...
I was not expecting that.
We just picked every fuck you choice possible.
Yes, we did. I love it. I love it. It's perfect. Oh, the fact that happened is just beautiful. It's amazing. Oh. Do we open it back up?
You know what? Actually, I just want to see what happens when you open it back up, but
Okay.
I think this might be a good first to record. Okay.
Oh.
Yes. You find yourself in the library once more. The scent of peppermint tea and old parchment tickles your nostrils. The fire in the grate crackles merrily, though you still cannot
It's funny
see.
because I came in on that.
It feels like such a long time since you last came here, but also hardly any time at all. It probably was about 2 minutes. Why is that? You suppose time moves differently here.
I did not get the same dialogue.
Oh, it's probably a randomly generated, but it does eventually take you to Licorice saying, it's you.
Nope. Mine says, you wish to know about the clock? Huh.
Huh.
Huh. This is strange.
I'm gonna go ahead and... I'm just gonna straight up...
Close that again.
I'm just gonna straight up close out. See what happens if I open it up again.
Read the first thing that comes on your screen when you get back in. We'll see if mine syncs or not.
Fire crackles in the grate. You can hear the...
Okay, you got the one that I just got, because
okay.
I have the... And once again, you are in the mysterious library.
You can hear, though dimly, the sound of the clock ticking in the background. Like the fire, the clock is invisible. You cannot see the face, the hands, or the number at all. In that case, what is the clock ticking away? What is its function? Now, that is an interesting question.
Shit. Well...
So you had it said, you wish you know about the clock?
Yeah, I don't have that anymore because I closed out of mine to see if it would come up with something different, and it does.
Ah.
It comes up with something different every time you open it. The next time we open this, we should hopefully be on the same one.
Yes.
And if not, then one of us will just keep opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing, until we finally get a matching one.
Indeed.
If that's how they want to play this game, we will play this game.
We will play your game. Literally.
Literally.
And figuratively. Metaphorically. Emphatically.
Oh!
Imperative.
Oh.
Impaired.
So there was a readme, by the way.
Oh, that readme is the standard RenPy readme.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the controls don't actually work because they overrid them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains a lot. Yeah,
yep.
Okay. So yeah. Outro.
Yes.
That's a thing, yes.
So yes, this has been Evil Guacamole Gaming. I am the Devil's Avocado, and I have been joined by
Layfule!
And we have been playing Once Upon a Windswept Night, a visual novel by Ibihime.
Ibihime?
This lady.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure, lady. I will.
Pretty sure it's Ebihime. But
It is Ebihime. I just suddenly was like, oh, you know what? I don't actually know if the gender. For certain.
That's true.
I feel like I saw something that said that, but then again, a lot of the there's a lot of seeming femme non-binary that are involved in the Yuri game dev, and I will probably edit all of this out if I find out that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So, anyway, this has been besides the point. The blah 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 blah. Hi. I mean bye. This is where we leave. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. This is a pretty interesting little game so far.